We will talk more about those dispersants. Some fishermen who are helping with the cleanup say the oil and chemicals are making them sick, but they say there is little choice.
You got a woman with a baby in the oven and bills due and fishing's closed down. You're going to do whatever you have to look after your family.
They're being hired by BP to lay booms to trap the oil, but now some of them say they're getting sick from the oil and the chemicals they're using.
Like a sniffing gasoline or something. You know, and I still, my ears are popping right now. I'm still coughing up stuff. I feel real weak, a little tingling.
They act like a narcotic on the brain. And at high concentrations, what we learned in Exxon Valdez, from carcasses of harbor seals and sea otters, it actually literally fried the brain lesion.
All right, let's talk about more about the dispersants being used. And BP is saying the dispersants it's using now are biodegradable. So can you walk us through that? And I see we've got a long list here of approved.
A lot of numbers. But everything here, EPA approved.
Yes.
For cleaning up spills like this. Here's the one that they're using because it was readily available in the quantity that they needed. That's what they're saying. Whether it was the best or the worst, irrelevant at this point in time, but they've had 30 days to go get some other stuff, right? Okay. So here, this is a fish, and this is a shrimp. And these are the numbers, the toxicity numbers for those fish and those shrimp. So let's just go with shrimp, because that's just, we don't have enough time to do every single number on here. The one above it, biodisperse, a little less toxic. A little less toxic, about the same, a little less. But then there are some that are very toxic. Then you have to slide across, though. You have to slide across, all the way across the column and see how effective is it. What's the effectiveness at a 10-to-1 ratio? 10 gallons of crude, 1 gallon of dispersant. How great is it to disperse this stuff? So this one here, Finisol 52, whatever the name of it is 71% efficient and very less toxic. Let's go back to the one that they're using. 3.4, some more toxic, but only 54% efficient. So are there spin people out there saying they're using the bad stuff? Yes. Is it as bad as some of this other, I don't want to call it whatever it is. But see, this is very toxic to fish, but yet very effective. 89% effective. So,
and you've got to balance this. You've got a massive spill.
You do.
And you've got to get on it right away. If you're sort of playing, well, what is most effective and trying to do the balancing act, you could be losing time.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
Here, I just want to cut through some of the stuff. 20 to 40 million gallons of oil leak out of the Gulf of Mexico naturally every year, just out of fissures in the bottoms. That's how they knew there was oil here in the first place. That's how they knew why to drill here, because they were finding tar balls when nobody was drilling yet. Where are those tar balls coming from? It's coming from the naturally occurring, naturally leaking oil in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's go with 7,000 barrels a day. We know the number has been 5. Some people say more is probably not less. You multiply 30 days times how much? We have already dumped 9 million, well, somebody has, dumped 9 million gallons of extra oil in the water. Where does this 20 to 40 million go? Would you believe it gets eaten by animals, by plankton and things down below? Because if you're 3,000 feet down, you're this big, you can't see sunlight. You don't get energy from the sunlight. You get energy from the oil, from the hydrocarbon in the oil. And so your job for tens of millions of years was to eat this oil. And so there's communities down here of things we've never seen, because we'd rather go to Mars than go to the bottom of the ocean to figure out what's on our own planet than to figure out what's all down there. These things are working. They are eating the oil. Now, what happens if they eat the oil with the dispersants? That's harmful. I don't know. Let's not kill those things that naturally eat the oil. Okay?
That's good stuff.
I always got it.
That's good. That's good. All right. Do we have the live pictures now of the feed? If you'd like to watch the live feed, there it is right now.
That's disturbing still.
It is. You know, you're probably going to make yourself more and more angry with each minute that you spend watching it, but it's available for you at CNN.com. Let's take a break. We're back in a moment.